Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And we've got a villain fighting the edit. It's like when you're kicked out of a bar late at night. You ever been kicked out of a bar and they're like, it's time for you to go home. And you're like, I won't do it. I'm not going down gently. I will not ride quietly into the night. That's what Cassidy says as she fights the villain edit with an unhinged, profanity-laced tirade, spoiling her chances of Bachelor in Paradise. She has since deleted this, but she had said this recently. There'll be a light spoiler in this video, folks. Cassidy with a light spoiler. Will she be sued? That's the question. Are they going to pursue a lawsuit here? Are they going to just let their contestants run around all willy-nilly spoiling their own episodes? As we know, we have a cliffhanger after last night's episode 2 of Clayton Echard's season of The Bachelor. A cliffhanger with a 2-week. We have a week off next week. There'll be an NFL Monday night playoff game, first in history, I hear. And then the week after that, we'll be catching up on Clayton's season. So we're going to play her profanity-laced tirade. By the way, has there ever been a tirade that's not profanity-laced? I feel like profanity-laced tirade should be like an acronym. You know, like, oh yeah, did you hear Karen at the Starbucks? She went all PLT on us. So do me a favor, go PLT on the subscribe button, lace your profanity all on top of that like button, and make sure to go on a tirade an odd number of times. All right, we're going to get into this video. I'm going to play what she has since deleted, and we are just going to read some comments and then share what Reality Steve has to say about all of this. And of course, don't forget to go to the Dave Neal Show on YouTube. We launched yesterday, and we have 1,600 plus subscribers. Yesterday's video, R.I.P. Bob Saget, America's Dad. And then today's video, how Logan Paul may have wasted $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards. And then we get into the lifestyles of the rich and the famous YouTubers. He's one of the top 10 earning YouTubers, has a giant mansion for sale. Hey, should we buy it? Subscribe to the Patreon. Maybe we will. By the way, I should say this. This video is being made live right now with our Patreon audience during the live stream. So if you want to watch how we edited and put together this villain edit. I mean, we really went to town on the font choice here. It really took a village to make this. We went down to the font choice. We all that jazz. So if you want to see how the sausage is made and you want to crack the hood on the old Buick, you know where to go. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. All right, so here's Cassidy. We know her executive recruiter, 26. What does executive recruiter means? Probably an actress. LA, California. Doesn't like clubs. Has a matching tattoo with her mom. Oh, I hope it's a lower back tattoo. Pro at driving stick shift. All right, there she is, folks. Is it a metaphor? Who knows? She wrote, deleted my dating apps to find love the old-fashioned way. That's not all she deleted. Here is what she had to say. There is some profanity. It is laced into this tirade, and the app that bleeps it out did a very bad job. But let's play in full. Cassidy in Reality Steve said, before you watch Cassidy last night, just keep these videos in mind. Maybe the edit you get on TV is actually who you really are. There's something off about what she's been posting on her Instagram stories. She's reveling in her villainy. Poetic words used by Reality Steve. Reveling in her villainy. There's some villains out there. A Victoria who comes off horrible on the show. And then afterwards, she's like, I'm so sorry. That's not really me. I was low blood sugar. I was bloating. My lips were chapped. I had champagne while I was in the hot tub. All the things they say, don't have champagne in the hot tub. You might become the villain of a TV show. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're getting too friendly with the pool jets. We know how it goes at a Ramada Inn. Point being, she literally tweeted this or Instagram storied this herself. She's in direct control of the edit here, and I don't get what's going on. Let's have a watch. Is she okay? Let's have a watch.
I love getting ready for dates nowadays because it's literally just me in the mirror like, oh, wait a second. If this man should be so fucking lucky. And then I remember that, wait a second, even though I'm about to be on national television, men still treat me like shit. But that's okay. That's all right because it is not for not fucking long. Anyways, I think I'm going to be a great influencer. I feel like I'm really entertaining. You're entertained, right? You'd buy anything I'm selling you, right? Even if it's complete. I think so. I don't answer that. It's yes. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Are you not entertained?
Anyways, long story short, go ahead and get on national television. Men still won't give a and the clout chasers back in fucking DMs. Oh, now you give a No, you give a okay. All right. I've seen this. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good New Year's. I'm gonna be working and fucking God, honestly, because men are trash. Night.
Wow. The only recruiting she needs to do is for a different pharmaceutical plan for whatever cures that. What was that? Oh my gosh. And I love that, like, 30 seconds too long into it, she goes, long story short. You ever been in, how come, I've never heard someone say long story short and actually deliver the short version of a story. It's always like long story short, when I was 17, and it's like, holy cow, when does the story begin and when does it end? So there she is. She's a man-hater, which is fine. It's like, whatever, hate men. I don't, it doesn't bother me. But real interesting. It was sort of laced with, there was irony there. There was some sort of realizing she is an influencer, but kind of making fun that she's not, but she kind of is. I don't really get it. So here she is. And by the way, I've been told by sources that this is actually, hold on a second. There it goes. I've been told by sources that this is actually the same woman, without whatever filter was on here. I know it could have been lighting. And look, I'm not here to shame anybody. I just wasn't sure that this was the same person, but it is. Let's see what she has to say next about Clayton. And again, this was all deleted.
I realize that I am normally being dramatic, but you were going to give her a rose even though she was engaged last week. Meanwhile, I fucked someone a few months ago and I got sent home. Okay, no, it's cool. No, I get it. I get what we're made of here. I get the stuff that's happening, and go fuck yourself.
Yo, a double F word. There goes the monetization. So she says, now this is in response to Sally Carson, who goes on the show, having just broke up with her fiance, who she's now back together with. Sally Carson goes on the show, and I believe this, and actually I got a DM from somebody who might know this. But I believe that Sally Carson did try to move on from her ex. I do believe that her friends were like, "You're going to go on The Bachelor. You're going to be this. You're going to be that. You're gorgeous. You're fierce. You're whatever whatever women say to promote each other. I only wish men could be so good at promoting. Can you imagine if someone was like, if I was like, Steve, you look so good in those jeans. Slay King, slay Steve. Oh, those jeans have you been doing squats, Steve? You're looking good. We don't treat each other that way. We're like, Steve, your jeans look stupid, you idiot. You know what I mean? We're just so mean to each other. Point being is that, what is the point? Sally goes on the show and Clayton offers her a rose and she says no. Whereas Sally, I think her intentions were still, I do believe her intentions were still good. Whereas what we have here is Cassidy, she was sort of talking to another contestant on a hot mic about how she had a guy that she was still FaceTiming with in the hotel room as she was quarantining to come on the show. And I've always said, I don't care if you just had a one-night stand with somebody on your way to the airport to go to the show. But what made it kind of interesting is Cassidy was like, yeah, when we're done here, I'm going to go back and watch it with him. She kind of it made it sound like he wasn't necessarily done and buried, which may be the case. You may have a friend with benefit. So when you're like, I have no future with this person, but I have a friend with benefit, I'm going to go on Bachelor or Bachelorette. If I find love, I find it. If I don't, I know I've got someone to go back to. I think that's okay. You just don't say it. You know what I mean? You just don't say it. I think it's okay to have multiple options until one. Usually that's what happens in modern dating for a lot of people is you date 3 guys and one of them decides he's going to ask you to be his girlfriend and then you're together. But until one of these F-boys gets his stuff together, you're just going to keep dating around. That's my suggestion for people. If a guy likes you, he's going to make it known. All right, anyway, so here's what Reality Steve had to say. As I tweeted before the show, these are some of the Instagram stories Cassidy posted recently that she quickly deleted. You might ask how she'd get away with saying that on her Instagram since it's a spoiler. Well, she probably wasn't thinking. Doy. No, sir. Doy. I'm sure the show, that's what we used to say in the 90s when someone says something stupid. Duh. I'm sure the show is already all over her for it and maybe why she deleted them pretty quickly. However, not quickly enough apparently since someone saw them, recorded them, and forwarded them to me. When I see stuff like this, I just roll my eyes at someone like her and basically wish her well. She's gonna need it. before you watch Cass Info, then here's the tweets. So he also says, so performative. So, hey, everyone, look at me. It's embarrassing. Those videos tell me all I need to know about Cassidy. I don't want to hear, oh, it's editing and there's so much you don't see. Please, don't go hating on her or leaving death threats or whatever. But I'm sorry. You act that way on TV, then basically take that same character to your own social media account. While you don't deserve to be bullied, you absolutely should expect people to share their opinion on how you acted on TV. That's pretty well said by Reality Steve. You look ridiculous. Your social media behavior doesn't do you any favors, and you have every right to be criticized because anyone in their tattooed mother, anyone with a mother who has a matching tattoo can clearly see you had zero interest in Clayton, and this was all about clout for you. You're not fooling anyone with your act on the show last night. It was all about winning and getting camera time and making sure everyone online would be talking about you. Hey, here we are. The new cool chic thing people like to do online now when it comes to the show to defend the villain. They think they're being cool and edgy by taking up for the girl who caused the drama and who acted like a horse's ass on TV, like Cassidy did. Go ahead. You look just as idiotic as she did last night and then trying to defend behavior like her. Her argument during the after party when every girl on that group date confronted her was, I'm not here to decorate a party, I'm here to date Clayton. Okay, then by that logic, every group date on every season in the history of the show, no one should participate in whatsoever because ultimately they're not there to do whatever the group date is. They're there to date the lead. That logic is so flawed, it's mind-numbingly stupid. Of course, you're not there to decorate a party. Neither were the other 9 women, but they did. Okay, so Reality Steve goes hard at, jeez, Cassidy. Here it is, folks. But he has a lot of good things to say. Let's read your comments. I don't think the issue was that she had a friend with benefit before coming on the show. It's the fact that she was FaceTiming him while in the hotel and then very nonchalantly told another girl all about him and how he wants to watch the show together when she gets back while trying to date Clayton. It shows she wasn't all that serious about or into Clayton, which is fine. I get that not everyone will be, especially at the beginning, but Clayton has every right to cut her loose once he realizes she's not taking it seriously. Do me a favor. Leave me a voicemail. I'd love to hear from you guys. 401-213-9828. We'll play your 5 o'clock phone calls. I'd love to hear what you think about this Cassidy situation. Should she fight the villain edit, or is she just coming off a certain way? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this or any other topics that you might have. And let's just read a couple more comments. There might be a valid point here, but it's lost in the cloud of toxicity surrounding this vile woman. Kind of like Aunt Lindsay. She probably had a point about the lack of planning for a U.S.-Canada long-term relationship, but she was just so insufferable otherwise that no one cared. I'm going to be such a good influencer, right? Stuff is clearly her trying to be sarcastic, but that doesn't work when her whole character on the show is the cocky villain. Yeah, maybe, look, I'm sure she's funny. I'm sure she's like that snarky friend people have, but it doesn't do well when it's not surrounded in a situation that calls for it. Like she's talking alone to her camera. It feels to me more sad than funny and more sad than even villainous. I hope she's all right. I'd love to know what you guys think about all of this. And leave a comment below. And that's going to be it for this video. More content coming your way. By all means, don't forget to check out the Dave Neal Show. You can click on that as soon as this video is over. And we will see you guys later on for the 5 o'clock phone call, 401-213-9828. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. All right, folks. Talk to you soon. Bye now.